Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday held talks with Bhutanese King Jigme, Khesar, Namgyel, Wangchuck, focusing on ways to improve bilateral engagement in a range of areas, including economic cooperation. The King began his two-day visit to India amid some concerns in New Delhi over China's attempts to expand influence over Thimphu. Speaking to the media, India's Foreign Secretary has said Doklam it remains a national interest of India, Bhutan, and India-Bhutan relations security issues are at the center of that. Trust, mutual interest and sensitivity to each other's interests are vital. Recently, 6 years after Indian and Chinese soldiers faced off in Doklam, Bhutan's Prime Minister had said Beijing has an equal say in finding a resolution to the dispute over the high-altitude plateau where Indian and Chinese troops were engaged in a 73-day standoff in 2017. And there were major concerns over these statements from India.
Government of India very closely follows all developments which have a bearing on our national interest, and we would take all necessary measures to safeguard them as necessary. Now, as regards the recent statements and the related commentary to them is concerned, I would say, one, that India and Bhutan remain in close touch relating to our shared interest, including security interest. And I would only reiterate, our earlier statements on this issue, which very explicitly and very clearly bring out our position on the determination of the tri-junction boundary points.
Right, I'm being joined by my colleague Maha Siddiqui. Maha, some very clear statements and indications from India.
Well, absolutely. This issue of Doklam was expected to come up between the Prime Minister and the Bhutanese King, and it did. As the Foreign Secretary mentioned, all issues of national interest, all issues regarding security with regards to both India and Bhutan were taken up. So Doklam issue remains one such very significant issue. That is because the plateau of Doklam is very strategically placed as for India, as far as India is concerned. Sneha, this overlooks the Chicken's Neck, which is a strip of land that connects the mainland India to the northeastern portions. And that is why this is very strategically important. And we have seen a face-off between India and China in Doklam 6 years ago. Now, considering that this is the backdrop between India and China over Doklam, the recent statements of the Bhutanese Prime Minister saying that the three countries, that is China, Bhutan and India, are equal stakeholders in this tri-junction settlement. This has, been a matter of concern for India. Though India has very tactfully put it out today when the meeting between the Prime Minister and the King got over. That is because India shares a very friendly relationship with Bhutan, and Bhutan has also reciprocated similarly with India. But we must remember, Bhutan is a small country that is wedged between India and China, so it's also in a very tricky situation that way. Currently, Bhutan is having talks with China over the boundary issue. The talks are something that India is also carefully looking and watching. This is, as I was mentioning, because of the strategic importance of this Doklam, and there have been reports that there could be some give and take between China and Bhutan as for settlement of boundaries concerned. So under these circumstances, this issue came up. And as you pointed out, Sneha, there were a lot of other issues, economic cooperation, the issue of possibly the first rail link between India and Bhutan. But the Doklam issue, a security issue overshadowing all of that.
Right.